Shalom. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash, and I want to say to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother, I am Noah Allah from GMS Chicago, and this is just going to be a quick lesson about Civil War is coming to America. And right now, you know, you have these states, all right? You have these states in America. They're actually I'll just play this video first and it'll be easier to explain. But anyways, you know, listen up. Slovakia, I'm not
to the 2024 election. I think things are going to implode in Washington before then. I think our economic, financial condition is fragile. It's going to come home to roost in ugly ways. I will tell you, I don't know exactly how it will happen. I think we're going to end up in a situation where we find out the banks are closed for 2 or 3 weeks and nobody can get into them. You think so? I think we're going to run into something.
Well, yeah, you know, we're coming into a time of civil unrest, all right? And we're coming into a time of Jacob's trouble. All right, and America right now is getting divided. Yeah, Slovakia. But yeah, you know, we're coming into that time of Jacob's trouble. All right, and you know, America is getting divided. You know, you got the Republicans on one side and the Democrats on the other. And right now, you hear news reports about bomb threats in these states, all right? You hear bomb threats against these, what would you call it again? What do you call those people again? Senators, all right? You hear these bomb threats against senators, all right? And, you know, there's about to be a major civil war here in America, and a lot of people are fed up nowadays. All right, people are financially screwed. People, the love of many is waxing cold, and a lot of people are so in tune into like politics that they'll get pissed if Biden doesn't get elected as president, or if Trump doesn't get elected as president, and so that would just stir up a lot more conflict here in America. All right, a lot of division. But then yeah, you know, civil unrest may very well occur before the 2024 election. Well, I'll keep playing this video.
And nobody can get into them. You think so? I think we're going to run into something like that, yeah. I also think that the levels of violence and criminality in our cities is so high that it's going to spill over into other places in society. People that normally think they can live remote from the problem are now beginning to be touched by the problem. Then I look at this thing in Ukraine. I think Ukraine is going to lose catastrophically. It's going to be a complete collapse. And that, too, is going to have an effect here at home because people are going to say, well, wait a minute. Everybody told us Ukraine was winning. Everybody told us X, Y, and Z. I mean, sort of the Russian hoax on steroids.
But yeah, you know, there's also going to be a financial collapse as well. And that's going to stir up more division as well. All right. Ooh, damn. Michigan new state gun laws, February 14th. Damn. But nonetheless, I'm going to bring out the precepts. I'll first bring out Matthew chapter 12, verse 24. Select 25. Yeah, 25. And Yahushua knew the thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Right now we're seeing the end of Esau's rulership, right? And Esau is being divided against himself. Verse 26, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And yeah, like again, we're seeing Esau is getting, is being, is actually coming at their, yeah, really they're just being divided, all right? Esau versus Esau. Even in these wars too, you have Russia against America. But hey, at the end of the day, what the scripture says, if a kingdom divided against, if a kingdom becomes divided against itself, it cannot stand. All right, if nation is against itself, you got people that are turning on each other. All right, especially people of a same ethnic, they're not gonna stand very too long. Especially America. America is being divided right before your eyes, and really, it's really the Lord's chess move. And we'll read that in Isaiah 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his neighbor, and everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And it basically says that I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Really, the Lord controls everything. The Lord orchestrates everything. And right now, the Lord is putting the spirit on Esau to come against his own people. And, we'll go ahead and look at the recent news as we see here. You got states. You can read the rest of this article, but I'm just going to show you the first part because, it speaks for itself. It says, tracking efforts to remove Trump from the 2024 ballot. And you can see here is America. But, you look at these colors right here. Orange actually represents Trump disqualified, decision appealed. You got Colorado and Maine that are already having Trump disqualified from being voted on the 2024 election. And here you got many decision pending for Trump's disqualification on these yellow colored states. And the green is just challenged, dismissed, or rejected, meaning that they're not going to disqualify Trump from the 2024 ballot. But yeah, Esaw can make it to where Trump doesn't get reelected, or maybe we might even not make it to that point, because by then, probably early this year, there will be more tension stirring up in America, to where Edomites will start to begin to go at each other's necks. And I'm going to bring out 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and that dwell therein. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And this sword is going into that modern day, the modern day sword, the gun, all right, the assault rifles, etc. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their action shall stand in their power. And we're also beginning to see that too, as we see recently on the news of bomb threats. You You look at this news sources, you got a variety of them, and they're on the mainstream media. It says bomb threats force evacuations in several state capitals. All right, so these people are getting stirred up. All right, they're getting stirred up for that civil war that's about to come in America, and a lot of people is fed up, especially Esaw. All right, and they're not going to regard their kings nor their princes. Verse 17, the man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And when things get chaotic, Esau is going to declare martial law. And people are not going to be able to go to the places that they wanted to go, because there will be checkpoints set up. It'll be a different example of checkpoints that you would see in movies or in video games. For example, The Last of Us. I remember playing that video game years back, and it's basically a post-apocalyptic game, all right? And basically the world is just torn apart, and martial law was implemented, and they had these checkpoints to where people are not able to pass them. And that's how it's going to be here in America too. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And yeah, because of their pride, you got Israel that have been hearing this warning, but they're not taking heed even unto this day. All right, because they're prideful, they want to continue doing wickedness, and so the Lord is going to bring judgment upon them. Verse 19: the man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. And yeah, eventually there's going to be a famine, and these people are going to get so desperate they're not going to have enough to get by, so they're going to have no choices but to breach into each other's homes and murder each other for the lack of goods and resources. Well, yeah, that was just it to that. But nonetheless, just a quick hit on this lesson, just showing you what's going on around the news and what to expect in the upcoming months or weeks, because, Jacob's trouble is literally right around the corner. But anyways, hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, and Shalom. Until next time, Shalom.